Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for meeting me out here in the woods today. So guys, today I have a really awesome video for you because around this time last year is when I made my very first axe video on YouTube. And up until that point in my life, I had never used an axe before, so I was brand new. So I figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to kind of reflect and go over some things that I've learned over the past year doing the Axe Cordwood Challenge, and also just, making axe videos and using axes and whatnot. And I'm really hoping this video helps out the new and veteran axe user improve their axemanship. There are going to be some things I'm going over today that are really more aimed towards a brand new axe user, but I think everybody, new or old axe user, can absolutely learn something from this video today. So with that being said, guys, there is going to be a little bit more talking in this video than my other videos, and I will be demonstrating the things I'm talking about for you guys, but there is going to be a little bit of talking. So I hope you guys stick through it, because I think it's going to be a good watch, and it's going to be pretty much just packed with some information and some good chopping as well. So again, guys, I just want to thank everybody that helped me out along the way. I learned a lot from all of you, so a lot of these things may be a little redundant for you guys because they're things that I've learned from you guys, and there are some things here that I've learned just from trial and error and my own experiences out here in the woods. So I'm gonna quit jibber jabbering on this introduction here, and we're gonna get into the first little topic. And guys, I can't go over everything I've learned over the past year because it would be a really long video, so maybe I'll do another one of these another day. But I just want to talk about a few key things that I think are significant. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to get started talking about the first thing, which is going to pretty much be aimed towards the brand new axe user. First topic we're going to go over is going to be aimed towards the brand new axe user, and that is find one axe that you absolutely love and use the crap out of it. Every time you go out in the woods, make sure that's your primary axe, and I promise you it will greatly improve your axemanship. I think it's very easy for new axe users to get sucked into the collecting part and wanting all these axes, and I'll use this axe today, I'll use this axe tomorrow, and they don't really get comfortable with one axe. Which, don't get me wrong, guys, I have quite an axe collection. Collecting is 100% okay. I'm not saying don't collect axes, but what I am saying is, when you're new, don't hop around all the time. Definitely bring more than one axe out with you, just in case you do break a handle. You don't have to stop working for the day, and if that's your only axe, now you have to go get a handle, and you can't chop until you get it rehung. But I do recommend finding an axe that you love to use, you're the most comfortable with, and make that your primary user. Use that thing every day when you go out and chop, and get really acquainted with that axe, very comfortable, and I promise you it will improve your axemanship 100%. And that's why I'm holding this axe, and that's why I'm going to be using this axe for a lot of demonstrations today, is because this is the very first axe I ever purchased. This is a vintage boys axe. It's a True Temper. It's a wood slasher. It did come on the original handle, and I did break it, so I had to learn how to hang an axe, which is great when you're a new axe user. Also, the bit was a little messed up when I bought it, so I learned how to profile an axe and sharpen it. But out of all my axes in my collection, and I do use all my axes, I don't have wall hangers or anything like that, this axe I'm holding right here has the most time on it. To this day, this is probably my primary user. It comes out with me in the woods all the time, and I use the heck out of this thing. This is probably the axe I am most comfortable with. And through trial and error, that's how I kind of found that out. And I'm sure some other veteran axe users, and I'm not considering myself a veteran axe user at all, but if you talk to some of the old timers and guys that have been chopping for a few years now, I think everybody has that one axe that they love, and that's their favorite user, or something they use often. So to come full circle, guys, when you're a brand new axe user, like I said, not to repeat myself, but find the axe that's going to be your primary axe and use the hell out of it. Get acquainted with that axe, get comfortable with that axe, and it will improve your axemanship. Before we get into the next little section here, I do have one more tip for brand new axe users. And that is, when you first get into chopping, I strongly recommend going out in the woods and finding a tree that maybe fell from a storm, that's already lying on the ground. I don't think, and now this is just my own opinion here, you know, if you think I'm wrong here, like I said, you know, you make your own decision. But I do think that a brand new axe user maybe shouldn't run right out in the woods and try to fell a tree. While that's exciting, and you know, if you're doing the one tree challenge for the Axe Cordwood Challenge, yeah, that's exciting. You want to drop your first tree and buck it up and split it and whatnot. But I do think what you should try to do first is maybe build, like we talked about, getting comfortable with an axe. Also build a little bit of accuracy, you know, before you go fell your first tree, because there's a lot more to be aware of when felling. Not that there's not things to be aware of when you're bucking, because a bucking cut is very similar to felling, but when you are felling a tree, there's a lot more things to be aware of, a lot more safety concerns. But if you are gung-ho on trying to fell a tree for the first time and you're a brand new axe user, maybe start with something small, maybe 3-4 inches, 5 inches in diameter, something not too tall. And like I said, guys, new axe user, it's just, there's a lot of safety concerns, and I haven't talked about this yet in any of my videos. But before I posted my first axe video, like I said, I had this axe, and I went out in the woods. I didn't know anything. I didn't watch any of Kevin's Safety Sally videos, and I tried to go fell a tree, and within 3 swings, this axe glanced off a tree and stuck right into my foot, right through a Red Wing boot into my foot. And I was a quarter mile from my truck, and then once I got to my truck, I was still 10-15 minutes from the house. Very dangerous situation to be in, new axe user. So if I can recommend anything, that is get comfortable with the axe first, which we talked about for probably too long, and start with something that's laying on the ground already until you get comfortable enough to take on felling a tree. All right, I promise, no more crazy jibber-jabbering rants. I just think that's very important, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt like I did because they were not aware of what they were doing. So now we're going to get into accuracy and bucking and things like that. All right, guys, so the next thing I want to talk about is accuracy. And accuracy is essentially going to make you an efficient axe user. So accuracy and efficiency, in my eyes, is way more important than strength and speed. All right, guys, I'm going to cut in real quick. I was editing and I realized while I was talking in this section, you know, I don't want someone to come in the comments and be like, hey, well, you still have to swing the axe hard to get it to chop. And while that is true, I'm more talking to the brand new axe user who is going to just chop away and wail away on the wood. Yes, guys, even while being accurate, if you don't swing the axe with some kind of authority, or, you know, or should I say swing the axe with a purpose, you know, you don't have to swing it as hard as you can, but you still have to swing it to create enough head speed and enough energy behind the axe to make it cut. You know, you can't just drop the axe onto the log and be like, well, I'm hitting the same spot every time, I'm being accurate, because that's just as bad as hitting it as hard as you can in you know, 10 different spots. You know, that's also being inefficient. So yes, I just wanted to clear that up. I noticed I didn't say that, but while you should be accurate, you still need to swing the axe with a purpose. Can't just drop the axe into the work and be like, whoa, Joe, I've been hitting the same spot every time and I'm not through this log yet. You said don't swing it hard. I understand that, but I was more aiming towards the new person. I didn't want them to go out there and swing for the fences with the axe and get themselves hurt. And I kind of felt maybe it goes without saying that, like, you know, you have to swing the axe with a purpose. Like, you're chopping wood, you can't just, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of the video. And when I say strength and speed, I mean how hard you hit the tree or the log and how fast you swing the axe. I don't think those are nearly as important as accuracy. So, and what I mean by accuracy and efficiency is, let's say for an example, you're out at the grocery store and you know you have to stop for something at the gas station on your way home, which you pass on the way to your house, it would not be efficient to go from the grocery store to your house, unload the groceries, and go back to the gas station, because now you've wasted more time and more gas to get the same task done. And you can translate the gas and the time into your, you physically being tired. That's your fuel, your tiredness. So if you're swinging the axe as hard as you can and as fast as you can, you're getting more tired and you're wasting more fuel to get the same exact task done as somebody that's chopping maybe a little more slowly and making sure every hit counts, and that person is also getting the same task done you're trying to get done, but doing it faster because they're efficient and accurate. So you see how being efficient and accurate will make you a faster, will make the job get done faster, not necessarily the speed at which you swing the axe or the brute force you put behind the axe. So that all starts with your swing. And now when you're standing perpendicular to this log and you're ready to buck into it, you see this V-notch here. You see that the axe has to be on an angle. And I'm guilty of this, being when I was a new axe user. I stood behind the log because I knew I had to get into it. I had to make my axe an angle. So what I would do is I would bring the axe up, I would pivot my body, and then I would swing in. I would pick it up, turn this way, and swing in. Now you see all the movements that my body is making. I'm wasting a lot of energy to try to make this cut, and I'm also compromising my accuracy because it's going to be a lot harder to hit the same spot in this tree over and over again if I'm doing all these drastic movements to come into this log like this, where if you wanted to become more accurate and more efficient, you would, because everything's connected here, guys, our hips, our shoulders. If you pivot your body according to the cut, you have less body movement to bring that axe where you need it. So versus standing perpendicular, you got to put your cut about 45 degrees, so you pivot your body toward the cut. So now your hips being connected, keep your shoulders, hips in line. Essentially, you could bring the axe out in front of you and bring it into the tree, and now your axe is already lined up for that 45-degree cut. And then when you have to do the other side, remember, your feet aren't standing in concrete. You turn your body again, and now we're going to come over and do this side, but you see the axe is out in front of you, it's in line, it's coming out in front of your face. And I'm not starting all the way back here and coming in. You can start right up here, boom, and you bring it in, and it's going to be a lot easier to keep everything in line and come into the same spot on the tree every time. And like I said, you come over and you do it like that versus standing perpendicular and swinging across your body. All right, and I will show you in real speed how that kind of looks. So we know we want to make this V-notch, so we come in and we're going to come to the other side. You see what I mean? You stay very accurate in your cut when you keep everything in line. If you arc across your body, it's going to, one, put you at risk of possibly getting hurt, and two, you're exerting a lot more energy than you need to get the same task done. So turn your body in relation to the cut, and that will definitely help you improve your axemanship, your accuracy, and make you a more efficient axe user. And now we're going to go into another part of bucking that I learned from some guys here on YouTube, and also just from being out here in the woods trying things. Alrighty guys, so we talked about our swing and turning our body in relation to the swing, or in relation to the cut, to help improve our swing and make it more accurate. Now we're going to talk about actually making the bucking cut. Now, if you have a small enough diameter tree, you could just hit the center to make your V-notch and you work your way out. But now you see how small my bit is in relation to the size of this tree. So we want to make our bucking cut, I forgot the rule of thumb, where the bucking cut should be as wide as the tree is round. So when to perform that, what you want to do is, you could start with a narrow notch, but then you can bring the notch out wider. So as you're getting deeper into the tree, you're not slamming the head on the side trying to get into the bottom of your cut. But also, I forgot who talked about it in a video, but I thought it was excellent and it really helped me out a lot. So I want to bring that up today. Is we have the tree lying on the ground here. Think of it as layers. This being the top, this being the middle, and this being the bottom. So just like mowing grass, we're gonna overlap our cuts. So we're starting with no V-notch, but we have to make our V-notch. So what you'll do is you'll swing, you'll hit the top, we're gonna overlap our cut, we'll hit the middle, overlap our cut again, and hit the bottom. And at that point, we'll reposition ourselves to hit this side, and we will hit the top, and you'll see that top portion fly out because we're overlapping our cuts. And you'll hit the middle and then the bottom. And if you feel more comfortable working from the bottom up, that's fine too. But I find it to be more comfortable to work from the top down. So by overlapping our cuts, we're making sure we're severing all the fibers to remove this big chip here. We're gonna go top, middle, bottom, top, middle, bottom. And we'll remove a nice chip. See what I mean? Overlapped our cuts, severed the fibers. I didn't really get too low down on that one, but that's fine. That's not end all be all. We're gonna be here for a little bit cutting this out. But you understand the point I'm trying to make here is if we overlap our cuts, we sever all the fibers, we get a nice plate, nice chip coming right out versus just hitting, the middle section, and now we end up, I don't know how to word it here, but you understand what I'm saying. So we're gonna continue with this cut here. Oops. So now you see I'm kind of narrow. It's a little narrow. So if I keep going deeper, what's going to happen is I'm going to hit my axe like that, and it can glance into here. And that, that could snap your handle, and also you're losing accuracy at that point too. So you want to open the notch a little bit. This is a lot more straight than this cut is. So we'll come over here and we'll take a layer out and just open our notch a bit. I'm not sure if you could hear it or not, but it did start to rain, and I just bought this camera, and I don't have any waterproof protective cover for it yet. So I'm gonna have to cut the video a little short, unfortunately. There was more points I did want to talk about today, but we'll have to save that for another video because it doesn't seem like the rain's gonna let up. But I do want to finish what we at least have started here now, and that is our bucking cut. So now we got to the point where we've made our bucking cut and we're ready to sever it, and we'll have our section that we're going to split. And now what I used to do is I would cut to the halfway point, so about here, right? That's about the halfway point in this tree, and you could see I went beyond that. So what I used to do is I would cut to the halfway point, and I would come to the opposing side of the tree, and I would start over here, and I would do the exact same thing. I would make a bucking cut. But now, after doing that a few times, I figured out a more efficient way to do that, because I realized I was, one, wasting a lot of wood, and two, I was wasting a lot more energy to get this severed. So now what I do is I come a little further than the halfway point. You could see I'm about 3/4 through the tree, and if I was doing this whole tree today, I would do that along the whole entire thing. So I come deeper than halfway, about 3/4 of the way, and I don't start out here and make my bucking cut, because now I'm removing all of this wood here and all of this wood here, and you would end up meeting at this point, when really all we have to worry about is this part right here. We have to, if we make a small V-notch or even one cut in the apex of this V-notch here, in the absolute end of this V-notch, so we make our cut right here, we'll be able to sever that portion a lot quicker. We're not exerting a lot more energy to get that cut done, and we're not wasting more wood. Also too, before I get started, I want to point out, if you're obviously standing on this side, and you see we don't have as much material holding this piece of wood on. So when we made our first bucking cut, we were able to swing as hard, swing kind of hard and get into it, and we weren't worried about the axe coming through. Now we have to worry about the axe coming through, and if our body is on the opposite side, if we swing really hard and there's not much material there, like once we make a few cuts here and you send it to the fences and you hit that thing really hard to try to sever it, well, look where the axe is going to end up when it breaks through. It's going to follow through right into yourself. So pay attention as you're cutting. Once you start getting in there, you want to soften those swings a little bit, and then sometimes what I'll do is I'll even come onto this side of the log here, and I'll give it one of these little side cut things, and then if my axe goes through a little hard, it's out here. Okay, if I'm on this side of the log and it comes through, I'm going to be the receiver of the axe here. So what we're going to do is we're not going to worry about this stuff out here. There's no need to make another V-notch. This section here is only thing holding this piece to this piece. So we're going to worry about this. So you see I'm getting kind of close, so you can start softening those blows a little bit. And you could widen this a little. Obviously my axe is going to get stuck a little bit. It's a little shallow as far as how wide it is. So I can come out here and I can take a little more, but the point I'm trying to prove here is you don't need to make a whole nother bucking cut that wide to try to meet the middle portion. We're just going to knock out what's holding it together. So you can see this is kind of moving. So I'll either stand on this side and give her one of these, or you can go onto this side and do the same thing. And now it's separated. And I wasn't on the opposing side of that cut for when the axe came through. But like I said too, once you start to notice there's not too much material holding it together anymore, absolutely you want to start softening those blows, because remember, if you hit this thing hard and it comes through, the amount of energy behind this axe head will 9 times out of 10 hit you. So you want to avoid that at all costs. Alrighty guys, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We got a little break in the rain. I thought about going on to the next thing I want to talk about, but I was kind of looking at some of the footage that I took already, and because I'm terrible at trying to explain things and it takes me way too long to explain it, and it kind of doesn't even make sense when I explain it anyway, this video seems like it's going to be quite long. So what we'll do is we'll maybe make a second video to this on tips and things that I've learned along the way that hopefully can help somebody out. Maybe we'll make another video on that, but for now, and also too, it does look like it might start raining here again. The clouds really didn't go away. There's just kind of like a little break in the clouds. See, I'm rambling again. Jeez, I'm sorry. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope someone was able to learn something today. If you did, if you enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments. If there's something I brought up today or talked about today that you want me to, you know, go in more depth about, or make a video specifically on that, you know, let me know. And if you're a new axe user, 100% let me know down in the comments if this helped you, or maybe these were things you were already doing and that's awesome. You know, maybe this is just a little refresher. Or maybe you're a veteran axe user and I did something today other than run my mouth for way too long that actually helped you out, that maybe I do differently and you said, hey, I'm gonna give that a shot, and then you go try it and it works out for you. That would make me so happy. And if this video is completely useless, I mean, I'm not opposed to that either. Let me know down in the comments. Be like, dude, I didn't learn anything from that video. That's fine too. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you especially to the old subscribers that have been here since day one over the past year watching me progress. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and appreciate all the new subscribers as well. We're almost at the 400 mark, and stay tuned guys. I'm going to be doing a Christmas giveaway, so pay attention for that video to come out, and you definitely want to watch that one. But I want to give back to one of you guys for supporting, you know, my little channel here over the past year, and hopefully someone, you know, walks away with a cool little Christmas present. I won't release what it is yet, but if you were in my live last night, my YouTube live, you absolutely know what's getting given away on the for the Christmas giveaway. So, and that's another thing too. Thank you for the people that hung out in my live for the 2 hours last night when I was tuning up an axe. It was really cool to chat with you guys. So anyway, I'm rambling rambling on, carrying on about who knows what, I don't know. I'm all mixed up here guys. Thank you so much for watching guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.